Welcome back to the Cap Builder Talk radio show with your host, Mark Parham. Real talk with real people, talking about real issues facing small business and our community today.
Hey, this is Mark Parham, and I'm back. I'm going to start this conversation out tonight first by just, I made the title of the show called To Boldly Go, and I want to reintroduce a young man, tell you that. For as long as I've known him, he's been boldly going wherever he wanted to go, doing the most magnificent things I've ever seen. He's been in my life for a very long time. I want to introduce you to my main man, E. Walter Smith. I don't know if we need to start calling him Nat, but for right now, we just call him E. Walter Smith. How you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing great this evening. How are you doing today, brother?
All right. Go ahead and take a minute to introduce yourself to everyone. I didn't want to have to read your bio, and then I didn't know if I had enough time. I'm trying to keep my show down to about 30 minutes.
Oh, man. Well, E. Walter Smith, old friend and client and confidant to the one and only Mark E. Parham. And, we met some 30 years ago when I first opened up my financial group. He was a great client of mine, and just over time, our relationship has developed, and he's been an amazing sounding board for me for, all the ideas that kind of come across my desk and come in my mind. And he's very, you've just been a great resource for me, man, and a great friend. I know probably 6-7 months ago, we had talked kind of at length about just what direction I was going to take, my life and my brand and what have you. Because, these days and times, there's so many different ways that you can do so many different things, but at the same time, your main goal is to do all of them, very, very well. How do you truly execute and how do you establish your brand? And after, I kind of gave you an overview of what my plan was, you said, E, listen, bro, what you need to do is brand yourself as wealth, wellness, and entertainment. You'll be able to capture basically everybody at some point of their life throughout any day. And your product and your services and your mission is so strong that, regardless of what the conversation topic is, you've got something to add that somebody can latch on to. And, to the topic of your show, I've moved forward boldly, in that spirit. And the entertainment piece dropped into my lap literally about 90 days ago with this particular project. And, when it came into my lap, I knew that it was right in line with what we had talked about, and I'm just very excited to be a part of this production.
We talk about dropping to your lap, but it's a little bigger than that, bro, because you've been working this for a long time. It didn't just drop, okay?
Well,
you act like you just walking down the street and an apple fell from a tree and hit you upside the head, okay? I mean, you've been on this grind for a long time. It was funny today when I went to your site and I started looking back at all the music you've done over the years, and I think that's why we have a kind of a common ground. We both like the entertainment. I play my congas and even playing guitar now and things like this. But I think music has always been another outlet for us. But I've been watching you do this thing for a long time. So it didn't just drop, okay?
Well, a little bit more of the story, kind of piggybacking on the whole financial group piece with you. Really about 10 years ago, I developed a great relationship with North Carolina Mutual, one of the first black-owned insurance companies in the nation. And from that contact and that relationship, say fast forward about a year ago, they called me with a referral for somebody here in Atlanta, a guy named Ray Capers. And went ahead and he's got a trucking company, and went ahead and got him insured. And shared with him that I'm an entertainer, that I sing, and he goes, man, you need to get with my boy, Nat George. So he goes, he's got this play out called the Sam Cooke play story, and you just need to meet him. So you know me, Mark. I gave a brother a call, and we talked for a minute. He was on tour somewhere, and I was doing my thing. And then fast forward to about 90 days ago, where I was doing a show at one of the local clubs here, and noticed that he was going to be there the night I was going to go, to just kind of check the club out and see what the room was like. So I introduced myself. I gave him a card. We talked for a little while, and that was it. High five, good to meet you, brother. Finally, Ray said you were a good cat, and it was good. Man, a week later, he calls and was like, bruh, went to your site. I've seen your, looked at your videos, listened to your music, and I'm doing this play, the Nat King Cole story, and you'd be perfect. I'm like, bruh, really? He's like, man, listen, I'm going to send you the script. Check it out. We're going to add Natalie Cole on the back end of it, so it'll be the Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole story, and I think you'd be great for this. And, all my life, it's like, really, another thing that most folks don't know, the way that I've been singing the word love, I get teased about that all the time because it's real wide open. It's love, kind of like, love. And that's exactly how Nat Cole's been singing it forever. Right. And so when it fell into my lap, I'm like, well, Lord, here we go. I think this might be the one. And, to kind of even go a little bit more deeper into it, the reason that my stage name is E. Walter Smith is because my grandfather, whose name is Walter Smith, used to be a dancer. And when Count Basie and Spencer Jr. and Duke Ellington, all the big wigs came to Cleveland, he was the opening act. And my other grandfather, he was a singer. And he was Cleveland's Nat King Cole.
Wow.
Until my grandmother shut all that down. She was like, one night she was out, they were out, and he had a show, and a woman came up to her and said, "Ooh, yeah, girl, he's fine. I can't wait to meet him after the show." So Grandma met him first when he came off stage and said, "Well, listen, hope you enjoyed your show tonight. This was your last show. If you plan on coming home and finding me and your kids." So that ended his career. So I'm kind of carrying the torch. And so, it's a huge responsibility for me to get this one right. And the cast is absolutely amazing. Nat is absolutely amazing as a director. Arthur Turner as the music director. I mean, everything is just really coming together. And, in fact, rehearsal is going on right now. I kind of pulled away because this is very important as well. But, it's an amazing cast. We've got a team of folks involved with this that, are just top-notch people. This is as general people, character, and personality. And then when it comes to their talent, as artists and entertainers, just absolutely amazing. And it's such an honor to kind of be a part of this. And everybody.
So tell me this, man. You've been singing and performing, but I didn't know you act. Okay, so you're actually. That's what I mean when I say to boldly go. You really stepping it up. Okay, to get on stage and to put yourself out there like that. That's some boldly going, and that's what I mean by. You have to step outside. As I was talking earlier, that box. You could have stayed inside the "I'm just a singer" box.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Exactly. I can do the vocals, but you're stepping it up to a whole nother level, man. And to me, that's boldly going.
Well, absolutely. And to really, to be completely honest, transparent with the whole thing, I didn't know that I was an actor either. I'd done a couple other little parts and what have you, did some commercials, that kind of thing, but nothing to this level. But it was something that, this is why I just have a tremendous amount of respect and just nothing but great things to say about Nat. He saw in me, from just what I've been posting over the years, exactly, if nothing else, what this play needs. And as I've shared with now everybody that this is what I'm doing, everybody's like, but of course. Right.
That wasn't even a big stretch
for me. I don't know how much of it is acting, but seemingly, they haven't kicked me off the cast yet, and so far so good. and next Friday at 10 o'clock in Port Sanford, and then the following, 2 days later on Sunday at 3:30 at Port Sanford, we'll all see what he wants to Smith is doing now.
But the whole thing about what you're doing is that you've been able to, we talk a lot of times about work-life balance. And I want to spend a few minutes talking about, we said health, entertainment, and wealth, but I want you to so everybody really understands, your purpose is bigger than being Nat. I mean, actually, now I fully understand. I mean, you're channeling your heritage. Okay, so that really add everything up right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit, just for a few minutes, about the other aspects of the work that you're doing to help people from the health standpoint, and just everything else you're doing. Because I want people to understand, when you boldly go, you don't have to just do one thing. You can still live a fulfilled life, but you just got to have a strategy for it.
Well, what I've been able to do is take both wealth, wellness, and entertainment, and kind of wrap it up into one, beautiful package. And a lot of the ways that I do that, as an example, a couple of weeks ago, I spoke at the Lithonia and Lawrenceville AARP meeting. And what I did was opened up with the fact that I know that everybody here at some point had a concern about their financial situation. And so we'll talk about the fact that I can help you actually say goodbye with a smile, knowing that, the I's have been dotted, the T's have been crossed, and your financial picture is solid, and that you're able to leave a legacy for those that you love. And from there, it went into the fact that during that process, oftentimes we get into what your health history is and the medications that you're on. And now my relationship with MedX Prime allows me to present to the public, as well as to the medical community, a new test called the PGX test that allows for them to simply swab the inside your cheek, send the DNA to the lab, and the lab will test for 50 genes to determine whether or not your current medication needs to be increased in dosage, reduced in dosage, or eliminated altogether, and prescribe another drug where there won't be any kind of adverse drug reactions, the side effects that many people get that commercials always talk about. Well, this test virtually eliminates the probability of that. Many of the insurance companies are paying for it. Medicare Part B pays for it. Medicaid pays for it. And so it's a great add-on piece. Again, I've covered the financial concerns. I've covered the wellness concerns. And then ultimately, now that you've got some peace of mind, let's dance. Let's go hang out. Let's have a good time. And, you know what I mean? That's where the entertainment comes into play. So in that kind of setting, I've kind of killed two birds with one stone in a way that I've met needs, I've met wants, and I've created desires for fun and entertainment and camaraderie and everything else. So. It's taken a while to kind of pull all that together and make it make sense. But again, it was, the result of having conversations with you to kind of help me kind of fine tune that and counselize it, and then, package it and execute it. That's to the point now where I'm starting to see some great results with all of them, all across the board.
Yeah, and great results that are keeping you at peace with who you are too. You don't feel like you had to compromise any of your values or anything like that. You're providing a good product. And it's funny because you talk about the drug test alone. I mean, instead of having a doctor go, let's try this. It's like, let's try this one. You're like, really?
The way that I introduced that is I just asked somebody point blank, are you or somebody currently taking prescription medication? And the answer 9 times out of 9 is yes. And you just kind of go from there, and when you talk about, having peace of mind of knowing that I'm at least doing my part based on the skill set that I've got, I use a line that my grandfather shared with me in the play where I'm talking to my daughter, Natalie, where coming up, whenever I would leave, my grandfather would say, remember, you are a Smith with Stump's blood. We're a proud family. We have proud heritage. Take this torch. And don't have nobody call me tell me you're doing something crazy. So, point blank, I mean, there it was. So in the play, as I'm dropping off Natalie the Sue, I said, listen, baby, you are a Cole with Hawkins blood. We're a proud family, and, go do your thing, and that make us all proud. And that's my way of, again, carrying the torch, and now I've got a public setting to be able to share that kind of concept. Because ultimately, man, well, you and I both know, because we come from the same kind of family background, and it's like, listen, our parents blazed trails for us to be able to show up and indeed show out in a very positive manner. So where a lot of folks have a lot of excuses and what have you, our primary concern is, listen, I've got the tools. I've just got to execute. I've got a safety net, so go ahead and fly. And if I fall, well, get up and try it again. And so I bring all of that and everything that I'm doing. And, it's finally starting to, kind of take root and grow, man. So.
Well, we're going to see how well you grow, because I'm going to be right there in the front row at 40 Sanford. That's my boy right there. That's my boy.
I tell you what, too, for you and all the listeners, if you go to ewaltersmith.com, that's ewaltersmith.com, and click on the second link that says something about, check me out as Nat Cole, you'll be able to get special pricing for this show through your relationship with me and with Mark. So make sure you go to ewaltersmith.com and check the special pricing for those
But they won't be invited to sit in the VIP section I'll be sitting in, or can they sit there with me? Or
absolutely not. As a matter of fact, we're working on the hydraulics so that you can be elevated to the level to which you truly deserve it. We're working on the fur and the sprinkles now. Please bear with us.
All righty. So do this for me, man. I'm going to let you get back to the rehearsal, but I want you to, just for the last couple of minutes going out here, just tell people about living boldly. What your thoughts are on that?
Okay.
How you can encourage them to live boldly. Oh, also before you do that, tell them where they go to get tickets for this thing. We haven't mentioned that.
Well, again, if you go to ewaltersmith.com, and click on check me out in the Natalie Cole story, there'll be a link where you can get tickets. I think it's like 50% off for the Sunday show.
Okay.
There are two. The show's at Porter Sanford, which is in Decatur, Friday the 17th at 3:00 in the morning. Excuse me, at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10. Let me do that again. The shows are Friday, November 17th. At 10 o'clock in the morning, and then the 19th at 3:30 in the afternoon at Porter Sanford. You can go to ewaltersmith.com, and you'll click on a link, and it will take you to another site where you can scroll down and actually you'll click on the page that says special ticket prices for clicking here, and it'll take you to another site where you can get these tickets. And technology is a wonderful thing, and this is another prime example of that. And then, of course, knowing Mark Parham in this instance is a great thing because we'll be able to get tickets to an amazing show at 50% off. And again, that's ewaltersmith.com. And then just in terms of what it means for me to live boldly, I'm not a teen anymore, but I am a teeny bopper as far as most baby boomers are concerned. So that being the case, I'm still, very inspired to, do the best that I can. I still have that fervor for adventure, and I'm moving forward, trying to make great things happen. But at the same time, I'm doing that with some experience under my belt. I've got some wisdom. And so with all of that, it kind of begins to, beg the question, well, are you afraid to move forward, or do you have the faith that you've lived on and talked about all your life to, step out on it? And I just continue, quite honestly, Mark, I just continue to step out on faith, brother. Because other than that, if you believe, why worry? So I step out. Sinbad once said he just runs as fast as he can until God says turn left. And and I really love that idea because anything less than that, you're kind of doubting yourself. You're kind of doubting God's ability. And so being faith-filled is one of the paramount ways that I'm able to move forward boldly. And then again, just knowing that I'm stepping on the shoulders and standing on the shoulders of those that really blaze the real trails, man. And recognizing that even though there are those that have blazed trails that don't know me from Adam, I now know their story. And finding it to be very important to allow them to inspire me as well. And then when you've got people that you can touch and see and get on talk shows with and support their efforts, everybody go buy Mark's book. Go buy Mark's book. Go buy Mark's book.
There you go.
This brother here gets embraced and sought after by the National Urban League, by President Obama, by the movers and shakers, not only locally, but nationally and internationally. The words that he'll be sharing with you in that document are words of wisdom, are pure gold, are pure pearls that you need. And embrace that, because what you'll find is there'll be all the things that you need, all the tools that you need to be able to take it to the next level, wherever that is you're trying to go.
Yeah.
And
all
so,
right, brother.
Moving forward boldly is just a way of life for me. And again, much of that is inspired by that which you've done and that which your parents have shared, through the talk shows and just in my conversations with them, man. And there's a lot of people out there like us, and it's important for us to kind of continue to do this to make sure that, those in the hills and in the valleys and in all parts of the world know that they can, in fact, do it. Let's get to it.
All right, my brother. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks if I don't see you before then, man.
All right, man. Sounds great.
Make sure they test out the elevation thing and, so I can be up a little bit and everything.
Gotcha.
All right, man.